This lesson is on section 2.9 titled Powers and Exponents. Part of this lesson will be a nice review, but the example at the end is going to be something new that we learned in 7th grade. So the first example says write 7 times 7 times 7 times 7 times 7 using exponents. So when we do that, the number that keeps showing up is called the base, and that number is that big number. I think of base as the big number. So that big number is 7, and the amount that it shows up is our exponent. So the amount of times that that base, our 7, shows up is considered our exponent. So that 7 shows up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So we can write that as 7 to the 5th power. So the number 7 shows up 5 times. Next example says write A times B times B times B using exponents. So similar to what we did before, except now we have 2 different variables that we're using, and we're using variables instead of numbers, but nothing changes. So I know in my answer I have 2 bases this time. I have A and B. And A is showing up twice, and B is showing up 3 times. And then what I can just do is attach a multiplication sign in between them to show that A to the 2nd power times B to the 3rd power is the same way as writing it, the original expression, A times B times B times B, using exponents. My next example says evaluate. Again, evaluate means pretty much to solve. So 5 to the 3rd power, again, this comes up every year, but a lot of kids think 5 to the 3rd power equals 5 times 3. It does not. Okay, 5 to the 3rd power is 5 times 5 times 5. 5 3 times. So 5 times 5 is 25, and 25 times 5, or I think of 5 quarters, makes $1.25 or 125. Again, do not do this, do not do that. My final example, and this is something that should be new, is evaluating 5 to the negative 3rd power. So I think the easiest way to do that is to forget that the negative's there at the beginning. So just like from the last example, we know that 5 to the 3rd power is 125. Because we see the negative, what we're going to do is just put the numerator of 1 on top. So 5 to the 3rd power equals 1, 125th. Same thing, like I'll add another example here. Let's think of 6 to the 2nd power. And let's add a negative. So let's say 6 to the negative 2nd power. Well, I know 6 to the 2nd power, or 6 squared, is 36. But because there's that negative sign, I'm going to make it 1/36. And that's really it. So that's the end of this lesson. Thanks for watching.